Whenever you get on, guys, just say, hey, let me know that you're there. And we are going to talk all about Amber Portwood and Andrew Glennon. Hey, Ashley. Hey, Brittany. Hey, Fonda. That is my mom's name. Hey, Ava. Hey, Laurel's blog. That went by quick. Hey, Janet. Hey, Vicky. Hey, you guys. That's awesome, Hannah. I'm glad you could catch me going live. Hey, Jake. Hey, Brittany. I think this is like my third time going live, you guys. And usually it lasts for like 4 hours, but I cannot do that tonight. We're going to keep it a little short, but we always have so much fun when I go live. All right, you guys, have y'all heard the latest updates with, hey, Amy, have y'all heard the latest updates with Amber Portwood and Andrew Glennon? Okay, so she was arrested, as you know, for allegedly assaulting Andrew, and she was bonded out on a $2,000 cash bond. He did not bond her out. It was a female that bonded her out. This female was not related to her. And Andrew today, let me turn that off. Andrew today actually filed for a, oh, hey, Robin. If I skipped you, I'm so sorry. It goes by really quickly. So, hey, Judy. Hey, 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 Amy. So Andrew today, now Amber was supposed to be in court today, but the state filed for a continuance. Hey, Nicole. So the state filed for continuance, but rather than Amber going to court today, Andrew, at least his lawyer made an appearance at court because some paperwork was filed. Hey, Amber. You matter, I swear. You guys all matter. I love all you guys that are on here. And I love all my subscribers. I love everyone that views my channel. I promise you. If I miss your name, just say it again and I will tell you hello. Is the volume bad? Jesse, the NyQuil did not win tonight, did it? Awesome. So everyone can hear me fine. Someone did say something about the volume, so I'm just making sure that it's okay and that y'all can hear me. Great. Yes, she was hitting him with a shoe. Thank you, Ben, baby Brooklyn. This is normally my coffee cup. I don't know if you guys can see what it says, but it says coffee and Jesus. And because I always need like a lot of coffee, but I don't have coffee in here right now. I have vodka. I'm just kidding. That is such a joke. I don't drink, you guys. I'm from Louisiana. I'm from Louisiana and I live in Louisiana. Yes, this is like her third charge. Yeah, this is like her third charge because when she assaulted Gary, she got like 2 charges then. So we are just going to go over what happened. So they got into it in like the early morning hours of July 5th. Okay, so in the early morning hours of July 5th, they got into it, and what it was over was the fact that Andrew had either been recording her yelling at him or he had a recording of her yelling at him. When the cops showed up, that's what Andrew told them, that she was mad because he had a recording of her yelling and screaming. I don't know if, they were fighting and she was like actively recording, if he was actively recording her when they were arguing, or if she like stumbled across this. Hey, be true. Some states do for sure. I know Louisiana does. Do I think Andrew was waiting for this as a way out with the baby? I see a lot of people saying that they think that he's seen her as like a meal ticket when they were on marriage boot camp, that he like scoped her out, kind of knew about her, knew that she had some issues, and he thought, oh, I can get in with her, have a baby with her, then get custody of the kid because she has these mental issues, and then I can get some child support. But you know, he did have a job. He did have a job. He was a cinematographer, and even while him and Amber's been together, he has done some work. I'm not for sure how much work he's done, but I looked it up to see like how much his net worth was, just to see if like he was broke, if this would be something that would be a possibility, that he was just trying to get with her for her money. And his net worth in 2018 was like $450,000. So he wasn't exactly broke, but he wasn't a millionaire either. As far as I know, I don't think he quit his job. He was, we did see them go to California a couple times for him to work. And yes, his dad was a cinematographer too. And from what I understand, his dad was like pretty big in Hollywood. Like he was one of the, you know, really well-known cinematographers. Hey y'all. Let me get on here where I can read exactly what you guys are saying. So they got into it when she seen that he had a recording, or he was recording her yelling. I hate hearing myself. As a mom, how do I feel when women act like this in front of their children? I think it is completely unacceptable. I mean, I understand we're all human and we're going to have days to where, you know, we get angry, we get upset, but acting like that in front of your children, I mean, come on. Like, you cannot act like a lunatic in front of your kids, because that's going to cause so many issues with them. You know, that's going to make them believe that behavior like that is acceptable. So I think you really have to knuckle down when you become a parent. I remember when I had my daughter, before I had her, I was a lot different. You know, I would drink, I would go out, you know, I would do things that maybe were a little bit dangerous, as far as like, you know, riding four-wheelers fast, or going, you know, riding in mud trucks, and, you know, with my boyfriend at the time. And but after I had my daughter, like, everything changed. I did not want to get on the back of a four-wheeler with anybody unless I knew it was someone that was not going to drive that fast. I'm very cautious with everything in my life because I have children now. Some people do not have that motherly instinct. So she did hit him with a shoe. That is correct. Yes, it changes your priorities so much. So she did hit him with a shoe. I become such a chicken, you guys. She could have waited till James went to sleep, and then she could have, you know, beat him up. No, just kidding. So when she come across this recording, or figured out that he was recording, she did attack him. He was holding the baby, and she got him on the neck area with the shoe. And Andrew actually texted an officer, and I don't know if this was somebody that was like his friend, or if you can actually put in 911 and text them that way. I've never heard of that. Judy, 3 a.m. Yeah, they should all be asleep. But, you know, it may have been like, you know, they were up feeding the baby, and maybe she was going through his phone in the middle of the night, or she was up with the baby. Maybe she was going through his phone in the middle of the night. This is just me speculating, you guys. Yeah, I never knew that you could text 911, but I've never had a reason to really call 911 or text 911. But in my mind, when I'm like thinking about how this all like went down, I'm thinking, well, maybe like Amber was up doing baby duty, because she says that she's the one that does baby duty at night. Maybe she was doing baby duty and she started snooping through Andrew's phone, and that's how she discovered the recording that he had of her yelling, and she woke him up and all heck broke loose. That's just what I think happened in my mind, but I have no idea if that's actually what happened. Hey, you guys. Yes. Is it just me, or does Andrew creep out anybody else? He does seem a little awkward. he does seem a little awkward. He is a little different. And I thought this guy was like in his 50s. I was like looking it up today and like getting some information, and he's not. He's like 35 or something. So, anyways, Andrew texts a police officer saying, I need help. My life and my son's life is in danger. So when the police officers showed up, they talked to Andrew and they talked to Amber. And Andrew said that that she had attacked him because she discovered that he had a recording of her yelling, and that she attacked him with a shoe while he was holding the baby. The officers did take pictures of the scratches on his neck. They talked to Amber. The topic is Amber Portwood, and yes, Jay Malik, you can get a shout out. MTV has not spoke out about this, and Stacy, do you, is it Stacy? Stacy 4AJZA, is that, I don't know tell me what your real name is, because I see you on my channel all the time and we talk a lot, but I really don't know what your name is. But you say you had to stop in for a little bit to say hey, so hey girl, I hate that you can't hang out with us tonight. Stacy 4AJZ, okay. Yes, it could have been a stiletto. That is very true. I have some shoes here at my house that if I was to hit you with them, it would probably hurt. He did have marks. He had evidence that, you know, she had been abusing him. Now, she said, oh, it wasn't that bad. Like, I didn't hit him on the neck. I hit him on the shoulder, and I didn't even hit him that hard. But you guys, we've seen Amber, like, fired up. When I'm watching her sometimes when she's fired up, I'm literally thinking if she could get her hands on someone right now, she would literally rip their heads off. So I do not believe for a second that she barely hit him. And it could possibly be that she hit him with a stiletto. We're not sure exactly what type of shoe it was, but it was a shoe. She is a beast. Exactly. And she like trained, like MMA trained. We've seen her doing that a couple of times. Yeah, that's the way I feel. Like if it was a flip-flop, whatever it was, she still should not have done it. And this guy is so much bigger than her. If he would have got it in his mind, to, you know, fight back, he literally could have laid her out and she would still be on the ground. So she better be glad that all these people that she bows up to has not fought her back yet. Yeah, absolutely. He should have. I mean, he did say, he told the police officers that this has happened before. This is not the first time this has happened. He also says that she threatens him a lot. Yeah, he said that she threatens him a lot. He said that she threatens him a lot, yeah. So, yeah, I don't think mental illness is an excuse. I think there's so many people that live with mental illness, and they take their medication. They make sure they're not going off their medication to drink. They're not going off their medication just because they have a boyfriend that seems like he's a decent guy, so they quit taking it. Like, you have to be, you know, you have to stay on top of those things, especially when there's children involved. You can't risk it. I doubt Gary's too surprised. I'm not exactly sure exactly what's going on between Janelle and Nathan exactly. I do know that Ashley, Nathan's girlfriend, did post something on Facebook about how they feel like they let Kaiser down, and that they have promised him that he would not have to go back to Janelle and David, and that they would protect him. And she said that on her Facebook, but somehow it got back to Janelle. Her Facebook is private, but Janelle found out, and Janelle like clapped back saying, you know, oh, you're his side chick and blah, 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 blah. But they've been together like a little while. I don't know when she's going to graduate from being side chick to actually the girlfriend. Yes, I've seen those looks too that she gives him. Like when he says something and she don't like what he says, she literally gives him like a death stare, like you better shut up. And he does. He just shuts it down and he's like, okay, I know to be quiet. Yeah, you guys check. Check with TMZ because I haven't checked with TMZ today, and usually I do check with them before I go live. Jay, walk around my house while doing this. I have my kids. They're asleep in their beds, and I've not completely cleaned my house tonight. I'm going to have to finish doing that. Well, I got half the dishes washed, but not all of them. Me and my daughter made like a shrimp Alfredo. So the house is a little not where I would like for it to be for me to walk around showing you guys my house. Oh, wow, you guys. Hillary Clinton is on the live stream with us. She said, hey, guys, it's me. Hey, Hillary. Okay, Stephen Peterson. Hello, Stephen. What if you know someone that is in a domestic violence relationship? What would you do? If I knew someone that was in a domestic violence relationship, a lot of times they're not going to tell you. The only times you will find out that they are is like right after the person's gotten in a fight with their spouse. Then they will be truthful with you, and then they'll come back on whatever they said. Because I actually have had a friend that was in a domestic violent relationship, and it was so wishy-washy with her, kind of like Janelle. It was honestly, it was just like Janelle. What would happen is when her and her boyfriend would fight, you know, she would come to my house and she would tell me all about it and tell me about how like he's evil and he does all these things. But then the moment he like called and apologized and promised to do better, she was back with him, and she would downplay to me everything that she had told me like the day before. Like we would talk again and she would basically be like, oh, it wasn't that bad, you know, like, oh, it wasn't that bad. He didn't mean it. You only heard my side of the story. So that's kind of how it was. All you can do is just offer to be, you know, their support system for when they need it, and, you know, say that you'll be there for them, because they're not going to get out of it until they've had enough, from what my experience is with it. I do feel like Andrew has been, you know, keeping up with things that Amber has been doing, because he knew it probably wouldn't be much longer before he jetted out. So he has been recording her. He's probably been taking notes of things that she's done, because I don't believe for a second he's going to leave and leave the baby with her. Hey, girl, hey. Okay, so today Andrew did go. His lawyer went and filed for a emergency custody hearing so he could get custody of baby James, and they also filed for a paternity test. Now, I don't know if this is because he has any doubts whether or not baby James is actually his, or if this was just something his lawyer like advised him to do just to be on the safe side. But that's really what I think, because I've never heard any reports that Andrew even has any second guesses that the baby's his. So I feel like his lawyer probably told him to do this. Like, hey, go ahead and get a paternity test. Lisa, I honestly think you're right. And this is why when I filed for child support with my daughter through the state, they made her dad do a DNA test as well. Even though he was clearly her dad, he didn't say that he wasn't, but the state did force him to take a paternity test. And we weren't married or anything. So, hey Samantha, is any of my moderators on here, you guys? Yeah, I think that's probably true, Stephanie. So either he has to do it because they're not married, or his lawyer advised him to do it. But I don't really think it's because he doesn't believe the baby's his. And like I said, whenever I filed for child support. Whenever I filed for child support, the judge did order my daughter's father to do a paternity test because we weren't married. So, now Amber will go to court tomorrow, July 10th. Wait, is it tomorrow, July 10th, you guys? Yeah. She's supposed to go to court tomorrow. Hey, Cajun Mexican Luna. Hello from Shreveport, Louisiana. We're not too far away from each other. I go to Shreveport all the time. I was just in Shreveport the other day. I took the kids to Splash Kingdom. Hey, Tiffany. Yeah, I think you guys are right. But either way, I knew it was not because, you know, he had any doubts whether or not the child was his. You're from Louisiana too, Stacy? I had no idea. No, I'm not familiar with that area of Louisiana, though. Okay, Stephanie says, yeah, it is. That is just protocol. They have to do that because they're not married. Also, I did see reports stating that this does not mean that Andrew is done with her. Just because he's filing for this hearing to get custody of baby James, that he is doing it. I live in New Mexico now. Oh, I do remember you saying that you did live here, but now you live in New Mexico. What? I'm in Washington Parish, Louisiana, better known as Franklinton. How far, Franklinton, how far away is that from Louisiana? Tyler, Texas. Do I think this is his ticket out? Ugh, he better get out. Because I don't feel like Amber really tries, you guys. I feel like she just constantly like is blaming like her mental illness on, you know, the way she behaves. And when I seen her, you know, on the momcation, and she wasn't taking her medication so she could drink, that just made me believe that she was not serious about her mental health. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't feel like she tries. And like you have a you know, you have a child, you have a baby that is only a little over a year old. Andrew, I have heard that he has some issues from the past, that he was like arrested for stalking an ex-girlfriend. I did try to look into that today, you guys, but I didn't come up with anything really about him. Every time I put in Andrew, every time I put his name in the search engine, it popped up all of this. Is anybody else losing this live stream? Because there are a few people that's losing it. Also, the judge actually did order a no contact order. So they are not supposed to have any contact with each other at all. And that was something that the judge put in place. Now, if you guys remember, back when this happened with Gary and Amber, from what I recall, the same thing happened. When she beat on Gary, you know, it was on the TV, and CPS stepped in, law enforcement stepped in, and Gary had to get custody of Leah, because if not, CPS could have possibly placed her with someone else. So he done that as like a way to protect himself with Leah. And also they ordered a no contact order as well. Or she couldn't be around the baby. I remember she couldn't be around the baby because her and Gary were shown filming, and she was upset about the fact that she couldn't be around the baby. Now, with all the charges that she has against her, I think she has like 3 charges against her now. I'm going to go look at that here in just a second. But she could serve like up to 7 years, you guys, if she does get charged with all of these charges, and if she does not take like any plea deals, and if the judge just wants to be hard on her, she could charge up to like 7 years. Hola. So who is living in Grouch on the couch? That's funny. Grouch on the couch. So who is living in the house? I would assume yes. If she gets charged with all these charges, and that the judge could give her up to 7 years. Yep. What is it? Who is it? What is it?
Mom,
I'm live right now. What is it, Bob?
I'm watching there.
Okay. You're watching me in there? Okay, that's fine. So yeah, she can face up to 7 years. Don't pull on that, baby, because that'll shake the camera. Okay. So real life, yes. And yeah, that's true. You guys, I don't know what I'm seeing on here, but are you guys seeing like the $2.99? What exactly is that? Do I know Amber's net worth? Okay, yes. Okay, I've had people ask me how they can donate, and I did not know that they were able to right now. That's really cool. Thank you, guys. I tried to get that enabled, but I couldn't figure out if that. Thank you, thank you. I sound like such a dummy right now, right? Like, why are these amounts showing up on my screen? Super chats is work. Yeah, last time it wasn't. Thank you guys so much. That is awesome. Wait, did someone just say they're living for these updates? Literally the only YouTuber I will watch live stream for 4 hours. Oh my gosh, Gypsy, right? Were you with me the whole 4 hours? Because that was like so much fun. I'm not lying. You guys, I think the last time we got out of a live chat, like the last live chat I done, there were still like 60 people on with me. We had been on for 4 hours. It was crazy. Okay, where's my moderator at? I did assign one moderator. I don't think any of the other ones are on here, but we just had someone post some very inexplicit stuff that we need them removed. Thank you. Thanks, you guys. Yes, I've been pregnant 7 times, you guys. I actually have like 5 or 6 moderators, but I don't think, there's one of my moderators there. She just got on, I see her. I did assign someone else a second ago. So I think I do have like 5 or 6, because I don't even pay any attention to that really. I would just see where someone will say like, oh, that was rude or something like that. Thank you. Andrew, as far as I know, he does have the baby. When the cop showed up, you know, I'm from Louisiana. When the cop showed up, they didn't take the baby. The baby stayed with Andrew. And I do not know if he left the house. If your live keeps freezing, I so apologize. You know, she got pregnant super quick with baby James, like to the point to where I literally wondered, like, could this baby possibly be Matt's? But, you know, we'll find out, I guess. How many of you guys actually wondered if this baby was Matt's baby? Because that was so something that I seriously, and I'm not saying that to be rude or ugly or shady, but I really did wonder if that could have possibly been Matt's baby, because she got pregnant so quick. Now, how crazy would it be if it comes out that it is Matt's? Because we all know he's like fertile Myrtle over here. The baby's not ugly. Someone said no, definitely not Matt's, because the baby's not ugly. Hey, now, ugly people, I've seen, oh, I hate to say that. I so hate to say that, but I've seen some people that wasn't that cute make really pretty babies. Okay, so people saying that he does look like Andrew, so. Okay, I think it would shock everyone to think that, to find out it was Matt's. Ryan needs a DNA test. I did hear that he was thinking about that, you guys. Thank you so much. I did hear that he was, in fact, Ryan Edwards was, in fact, thinking about having Mackenzie take a paternity test because of the fact that Mackenzie, like, got pregnant so soon. Emergency custody. So from what I know, he would basically get temporary custody of the kid until, you know, everything gets settled with Amber. Or they could actually give him like primary custody to where it doesn't matter what happens with Amber, he will still. Oh, I'm not clapping, you guys. I swear I'm not clapping tonight. How many of you guys watched my last videos, like 2 videos where I was clapping like I was in church? I had some people that was like, oh my God, that's so aggravating. But I completely understand that because I went back and watched it and it was so aggravating. I aggravated myself. Like, if I could subscribe to myself, I probably would have unsubscribed after watching me clap that much. I've done it so much. I clap a lot, especially when I get mad. You can ask my husband. Like, if me and my husband are like having like a disagreement, I'm like clapping. Like, that's what I do. I clap. Yeah, it was after Matt left that she actually slept with Andrew while she was still at marriage boot camp, but Matt had already left. I actually have the clip of thank you, Mary. I do have that clip. I had saved it because I thought about playing it on my channel one day, and then I was like, maybe I shouldn't. But it was right after Matt left that they hooked up. Yes, Heather, I will catch you guys up. So what we know is Amber attacked Mackenzie. Getting pregnant again is just, yep. So what we know is Amber had attacked, I was going to claim Matt again. Amber had attacked Andrew with a shoe. They had gotten into it, and she discovered that he had been recording her while she was yelling at him, and that really angered her, so she attacked him with a shoe. It scratched up his neck. He texts a police officer, or he texts 911 to send someone out, and he said that he needed help, that his life and his son's life was in danger. The cops showed up. And they questioned Andrew, and he told them what had happened, that Amber got mad over the fact that he had been recording her while she was yelling, and he had marks on his neck. They took pictures of the marks from her hitting him with the shoe, and he told the cops that this was not the first time that she had been abusive to him. He told the cops that she yells at him all the time, that she threatens him all the time. They spoke to Amber, and Amber kind of downplayed it. And Amber said, oh, I didn't hit him that hard. It was on the neck, like not a big deal, but they did arrest her. That was actually in the report. The report that was filed with the courts, that was part of the reports. Amber told the police officers that what really fired Amber up was the fact that she figured out that he was recording her. And like I said earlier, I don't know if he was recording her in that moment. I've not gotten a YouTube check, you guys. Yes, a shoe. Someone just said something about me getting a YouTube check. I have not. I am monetized, but I have not gotten paid yet. We're not sure who bailed her out, you guys, but we do know whoever it was not related to her. That's what they said, that they were not related, and that her bond, they paid a cash bond of $2,000. YouTube checks are changing, folks. That is true. He was holding the baby. How do I know this info? I haven't heard this from anyone else. It is being reported. Now, this a machete. This was reported today. News broke of this just today. And I can read you guys some of the information. That's what we'll do. I'll read you guys some of the information really quick. I'm trying to remember where I seen it that. Okay, this is, what is this? Us Weekly. So it says a spokesperson for Marion County Jail in Indiana confirmed to Radar Online that a woman unrelated to Portwood 29 bailed her out at 4:30 on a cash bond of $2,000. A Marion County court clerk meanwhile told the website that the MTV personalities hearings have been moved from Monday, July 8th to Wednesday, July 10th. You can knock the camera over, so be still. The state asked for a continuance, so she did not go to court today. She's going to court Wednesday because the state asked for a continuance. Portwood was arrested on felony domestic charges. We know all this. Where is it that... Okay, as a police spokesperson said that the couple who started dating in 2017 were having a disagreement when Portwood hit Glennon while he was holding their 1-year-old child. The 911 regarding the incident, an unknown responder claimed to have received a text message from somebody saying that their life and their son's life was in danger. Where does it say that? I gotta find the one that I read where it told us that we're gonna do this. Let's see. It has been reported though, you guys. It has been reported that that Andrew told the police officers the reason Amber got mad and really like went off on him was because she discovered that he had a recording of her yelling. Okay, according to a preliminary probable cause affidavit filed in Marion Superior Court, Portwood's boyfriend sent a frantic 2:14 a.m. text message to an officer for patrol. "I need help," he said in the message. "My life and my son's life is in danger." The man later told Indianapolis Police Officer Ryan Salisbury that the couple started arguing around 2 a.m. Mrs. Portwood grew increasingly agitated until she struck him with her shoe in the right side of the neck. The man was holding their son in his right arm at the time. The child was not injured. The officer observed scratches and red marks on the man's neck. An evidence technician took photographs of the injuries. The man told officers that Portwood has hit him several times in the past and has threatened him countless times. Portwood told police officers she was angry that her boyfriend had recorded her yelling. Mrs. Portwood stated that she did indeed strike her boyfriend with a shoe, but stated that it was in the shoulder and that she barely hit him. Hanners, no, you don't have to get 10,000 subscribers to get paid. But can that recording be... I would definitely think that recording could be used against her. I think it was her friend from prison that went and got her out. Dark Demon Queen, thank you so much. That is so sweet of you. Yeah, that's what, a lot of people are saying that, he done this to get with her because she has money and he like wanted to have a baby and take the baby and get, child support from her. But I'm going to look up Amber's net worth in a minute, but his net worth as of last year was $450,000. So he's not exactly broke. I did wonder if someone from MTV actually got her out. Caitlyn got her out? Possibility. Yeah, I think he does have money. I mean, $450,000, that's money. Honestly, I think Super Chats, they do take some of the money. I'm not for sure because I've never done this before. I can put my PayPal link if you guys would like for me to. This is literally the first time Super Chats has ever worked. You think Christina might went and picked her up. That's an idea. That is a thought. You get people to do that for you, babe? Yeah, okay. Summer Girl, does Andrew have a police record? I've heard that he does. Okay, so they take 40 cents for every dollar. So if you guys want me to put my PayPal, I can. I have heard that Andrew does have a criminal record, that he's been arrested for like stalking an ex-girlfriend, and that he had been arrested for drugs back in the day. Sydney, did you look up her okay, Amy Lawson said that Amber's net worth as of last year was $1 million. So she does have a little bit more money than, well, that's a good bit more money. It's double what Andrew has. But Andrew's family has money as well, too, from what I'm understanding. Now, Jessica, I know in some states you can video or record without the other person's knowledge, and it can be used in court. In Louisiana, you can. Like, in Louisiana, if I have like a recorder on my phone and someone calls me and I record them and I want to use that in court, that is allowed.
Mom,
Yeah, babe.
if the baby goes off, what are you gonna do?
Nothing, because I'm live. So, but be very careful. Be very careful because you'll shake the camera. And it could have been, you know, for him to get on camera. You know, we don't know. But his dad, from what I understand, was like almost like a famous cinematographer, and he's a cinematographer as well. That's how he met Amber. Yeah. What criminal would allow someone to record them, right? Like, if I'm a criminal, I'm not going to allow you to record me. I'm not even going to, when I walk in Walmart, if I'm a criminal, I'm wearing a hat and sunglasses because I don't want to be on their cameras if I'm a criminal. I actually know someone like that. I wonder if Amber erased the recordings. Well, I don't know, you guys, because we don't know exactly how she found them. Like, I don't know if she was, you know, if they were fighting and he was recording her right then and she figured it out, or if she found the recordings and woke him up mad about it. Someone said yes, in Oklahoma it is admissible. So in some states you can use that as evidence, and some states you can't. No, it's another one, you guys. It's one of the, no, last time it was my 11-year-old. I talk so loud, and there's a bedroom like right next door to me. So a lot of times I like wake my kids up because I'm talking so loud. I really need to like move where I film. Yeah. Yes, Christina. Yeah, Christina, she did, he did tell police officers that she had hit him before and that she has threatened him. Texting 911 goes to dispatch, not an officer. Now, they did release the not like a 911 call, and it was an officer stating that he had gotten a text. So I'm not for sure, you know, if he texts someone that he knows is an officer or what happened. But if anyone heard that, can you guys, is that what you guys heard too? That it was an officer stating that he had gotten a text? Was it Gary, you guys? We don't know. Can someone, hey, Carol. Okay, it was a 911 text line in state of Indiana. It's on police report, public record. I think the criminal report, it actually Matt who has record, not Andrew. Okay, so someone said that he actually was texting a friend. That was a cop. Gary is a cop as well, but a lot of people has, you know, questioned whether or not he texts Gary, and it didn't sound like Gary on the recording that I heard. Right. Dark Demon Queen said if someone is actively raging, then picking up the phone and calling the police sets them off. It's dangerous. Can you imagine if she would have known, like if he would have tried to pick the phone up and call the police, she would have possibly killed him with that shoe. She goes to jail. Gary becomes a cop. Yes, Gary is a cop. No, how much truth is there to Andrew stalking Amber? I've never heard that. I've never heard that Andrew stalked Amber. Yes, Amber has court tomorrow. Now, I read earlier today, this was actually something that someone sent me through an email. Gary is a cop. Okay, someone just asked, do I think she's using drugs again? And I so forgot, you guys. So, reports did come out stating that the jail that she was taken to, or the booking center that she was taken to, they actually let everyone know that they were bringing someone in that was high profile, that was famous for being on a reality show. So they let everybody know that. And they also told them that the person was going through withdrawals, that the person was going through active withdrawals. Now, when I first heard that, I thought, wow, okay, so she's back on drugs. But it also could mean, is she withdrawing from the medication? But then I'm also like, is she taking her medication? Because if she's taking her medication, why is she acting like this? So I don't know, you guys. It is very possible that Amber is back on drugs. A lot of people have speculated that from the way they seen her in when she went live and her and Janelle was getting into it. They said that she looked like she was high at that time. Yeah, they said that they were putting her in detox because she was actively going through withdrawals. And yeah, Judy, some of the medications that she takes can cause withdrawals. So, like I said, when I first heard that, my thoughts immediately went to, oh, she's on drugs again. But then it also went to, well, some of the medication that she takes can cause withdrawals as well. Emerald, now, unless she takes like a plea deal or something, she possibly could face some jail time. Her eyes are size of pins, usually to opioids. Yeah, Jessica, she stopped taking her medication so she could drink. So, you know, I don't know if at the time she was taking her medicine and that's what she's having withdrawals from while she's in jail, or if it was from, you know, drugs that she had been taking. Yeah, Gary sent out a tweet, you know, saying that he was praying for Amber, Andrew, and baby James. I'm definitely sure Andrew got pain medication when he got his surgery on his nose. Now, unless he is a recovering addict as well, and I have heard that, and I don't know that for sure. You know, I think someone sent me that saying that, hey, April, someone actually sent me a message saying that they had read that Andrew had like a cocaine addiction back in the day, and he had been arrested for it. So now, if he is a recovering addict, he probably would not have gotten any kind of, he probably would not have gotten, you know, any type of pain medication for his thing with his nose. Is Janelle pregnant? From what I know, Janelle has her tubes tied. Very possible that she could have stole his pain meds. Go get it for me. You got to be very careful so you don't knock the thing down, baby. And then you need to go back to sleep, okay? Am I keeping you awake? I'm sorry. The Ashley updated Amber and Andrew's story. Okay, we're going to check that out, you guys. We're going to check the Ashley out because the Ashley is, Janelle is definitely laughing right now. Like all of the attention is taken off Janelle. So I'm sure she is having a field day with this. Yeah, I feel bad for everyone involved as well. So I personally have withdrawals from Paxil, Vicodin, and methadone. Is Amber still sober? Does anyone know? We don't know that because when she was brought into the jail told like the guards and the other people there that they were bringing someone in and they would be put in detox. It was someone that was famous. It was high profile because she was on a reality show, and that they were going to be putting her in detox because she was going through active withdrawals. No, the Ashley is not on YouTube. The Ashley, you have to go to Google and put the Ashley in the Google search bar. Here you go, Bub. Take that in there. You may need to bring that to Boo Boo and she can do that for you, okay? Oh my goodness. Leah was away at camp when this happened, but you can guarantee she found out about it. I just hope that she was able to get home and find out from her dad rather than finding out from anyone while she was gone to camp. Let's see what the Ashley is reporting about this, because the Ashley is on top of their game as well. Amber and Andrew is supposed to be in New York this weekend for the reunion. I don't think they're going to go. I don't think they're going to make it. I mean, there's a no contact in place right now too, so they can't have any contact with each other. Let's look up the Ashley report, you guys, and see what they're saying about this. I feel like Amber will probably, if she participates at all, it will be, she will probably, like, live, you know, go in through satellite. I don't think she'll show up. I don't think she'll go. And she can't leave the state. So if she participates, it'll be through, like, a live stream or something. Yeah, through Skype. Video call, exactly. Postpartum. I mean, I don't think postpartum lasts over a year. Do you guys know? I actually had postpartum with my oldest child, but I think it lasted about 6 to 8 months. I was on medication for it. Please move the camera closer to you. You're way too far away. I can actually get closer to you guys. It's hard to live with someone with a borderline. Yeah, I definitely feel like Janelle doesn't have any room to talk. Okay, so Kayla said that postpartum can last a year, sometimes longer. You are a good blogger. Thank you so much, Jessica. I honestly, and this is just me, I think she probably relapsed as well. No doubt about it, MTV is going to try to get them both to participate in this. They're 100% going to try to get Andrew to call in and try to get Amber to call in to get them to talk about this. But I bet you money that Andrew does not participate in it. I don't think he will. Wow, a machete. Okay. No, darling, the background is not real love. It is just a it is just a backdrop. Okay, a suicide threat, a shoe, a machete. Holy moly, a machete. Okay, let's read this together, you guys. We're going to read this together. You said, oh, I admired your taste in home decoration until you found out that this was not real, huh? Someone saying machete is fake news. Where's Andrew and James staying out right now? We're not sure where they're staying out right now, but I highly doubt it's the house. That is Amber's house, so I doubt they're there. She still thinks it's cute, so she has a good taste for sure. Yeah, I felt like this fit me like so perfectly. Now, if I designed my own house, I would have this in there. Yep, they did. Yeah, the Ashley is very good about verifying anything before they report it. Okay, let's see what it says. A suicide threat, a shoe, a machete. Inside the terrifying night, Amber Portwood was arrested for domestic battery against Andrew Glennon. Teen Mom OG fans just learned that Amber Portwood has been charged with domestic battery, as well as domestic battery in front of a child and criminal recklessness committed with a deadly weapon. But the Ashley has learned that the shoe is not the only weapon Andrew allegedly threatened her boyfriend Andrew Glennon with on the night of July 5th. And what's more, the night was much more terrifying than the original report stated. According to a source close to the criminal investigation who gave the Ashley an exclusive peek at the scary affidavit for probable cause filed on Tuesday in Indiana. The Ashley obtained the full documents from her inside inside court source, and she can reveal how the night that ended with Amber going to jail unfolded. Amber and Andrew had intended to take their son to see 4th of July fireworks at a bridge near their home, but Andrew told the police that the roads were crowded and they were unable to get through traffic to get to the bridge. Mr. Glennon stated that Mrs. Portwood made him feel like he dropped the ball on the plans to see fireworks because the roads were blocked. Mr. Glennon stated Miss Portwood then bashed his character. Doesn't shock me at all. Andrew said he then dropped Amber off and drove around with baby James for a while so Amber could cool off. He called the traffic helpline to find out that the roads to see the fireworks would reopen within 30 minutes. Andrew returned home and found that Amber had locked the door according to the affidavit. She eventually let him into the house, and that's when things allegedly went from bad to downright frightening. Mr. Glennon stated that he got inside the home. Mrs. Portwood grabbed a shoe off the shoe rack and hit him with it. Mr. Glennon stated he was holding the baby and he turned to the side to avoid the baby from getting hit with a shoe. Mr. Glennon stated he then left the house again with the baby. While on the road, Glennon said he kept calling Amber to gauge where she was at mentally and to see if things had cooled down. He claimed he drove around with the baby in the car for 3 hours, got her a gift, and brought her food, you guys. When Andrew got back to the house, he stated that he went upstairs and Miss Portwood was coming at him like she was going to hit him. Mr. Glennon stated Mrs. Portwood told him to put the baby down. Mr. Glennon stated the baby was crying and upset and he was not going to put him down. Mr. Glennon became visibly upset and stated Mrs. Portwood then threatened to kill herself. Mr. Glennon stated Mrs. Portwood went into her drawer and took a handful of Klonopin and tossed it back like it was nothing. Holy crap. When Andrew told Amber he was calling for help, he says Amber then regurgitated the pills. Unfortunately, this was not the end of the night of terror. Mr. Glennon stated Mrs. Portwood picked up a machete towards him and the baby. Mr. Glennon locked himself and the baby in the office. Mr. Glennon stated she hit the door with a machete and kicked the door and broke the handle. Mr. Glennon stated that this is when he called for help. Holy crap. It was previously reported that Andrew texted Indiana's 911 system and claimed that he feared for his life as well as his son's. Once officers arrived, the affidavit states that the officers had to call for backup because Amber started yelling at the officers. Amber and Andrew both reportedly gave their accounts of what happened, and Andrew stated that Amber denied the alleged incident with the pills and machete, but admitted to hitting him while he was holding the baby, and that is what she was arrested for. Andrew told police that Amber had a machete for protection, since she is unable to own a firearm because she is a convicted felon. Okay, so she has a machete because she can't have like guns or anything. So like if someone breaks into her house, she has a machete rather than a gun. But yet she just used the machete to basically attempt to try to kill Andrew. Then Amber picked up a sandal with a 1-inch. Wait, no, I skipped a whole part. Okay. In the account Andrew gave to Indiana Detective Linda White on Tuesday, Andrew stated that when he came into the house the first time, Amber began screaming at him and hit him several times, and he wasn't positive if it was open hand or closed fist. Then Amber picked up a sandal with about a 1-inch chunky heel and hit him in the shoulder, causing him pain and redness and a light abrasion. He told the detective about the machete as well. She keeps a machete. Amber picked it up, looked at Andrew with a look, so as she was moving around the bed, he took the baby. So she looked at him with like this crazy look. As she was moving around the bed, he took the baby into the office, closed the door, and pushed his foot on it to hold it closed. Andrew said Amber kicked the door, allowing the top to pop open from the kick, but he kept his foot at the bottom. Amber was then using the machete and began using it to put slashes in the door. Holy crap, she was full on psycho, you guys. Like, I'm not trying to be ugly, but she was literally going crazy. Amber was arrested that morning, booked in Marion County Jail, where she stayed until the next afternoon. She was bailed out by a non-related female. The Ashley previously reported Andrew filed for full custody of their son James on Tuesday. The Ashley sources tell her Amber is in big trouble. She has 3 felony charges from this incident already, and it is likely not over yet. Woo! That makes me mad just listening to it. Like, this girl was. Can you imagine if that child would have been older? Like, no doubt that child could probably tell something was wrong. And if that child was old enough to figure out or to really know what was going on, she would have terrified the absolute crap out of that child. I can't even believe this. That is a lot, you guys. Let me catch up with your comments real quick. Oh. She may fight for James, but I don't think she'll win. Okay, I know in my house, that is so attempted murder. Exactly. You know, you can say what you want about Andrew, and maybe he was doing this as, like, you know, some sort of ploy to be on TV or to get a baby and take the baby, but she starts bashing his character because they missed the fireworks. He leaves, goes and gets this girl a gift, food, comes back after she has just probably trash talked him to a gnat wouldn't light on him, and that's what he comes back with, like, food and a gift. Like, I wish my man would be like that. Like, that is crazy. I doubt she's going to be able to see Leah. When Gary finds this out, and Gary's going to find this out, you know, I know where I live. Everything is public record. Like, I could go to the courthouse right now and find out anything you've ever been arrested for, any ticket you've ever gotten. If you've called 911, I can pull up the 911 recording. And so all of this stuff is public record. I know where I live. Gary is a police officer now. You can bet money he is. If it was me, she would not be seeing Leah either after hearing about this. Yeah, there's a reason why they don't want people that's convicted felons wanting guns, you know, because most of the time if you're a convicted felon, it is because you can, you know, possibly be dangerous. So I don't think therefore owning a machete is the, you know, the right measures to take either. Who keeps a machete? Exactly. I cannot even believe this, you guys. Now, if you guys remember on Monday night's episode, she was telling Caitlin, you know, like, I'm not taking my medication because I want to drink. But if Andrew knew, Andrew would be upset with me. So it seems like Andrew did at least try to keep her, like, on her medications, probably because he was scared to death of what would happen if she got off of them. She definitely, from everything I'm reading right here, if that is what happened, she 100% needs to be, like, in a psych ward until, like, they can get her stable, get her on medication that actually works for her, and make her understand that she has to take her medication. She can't just be going off her medication because she wants to. Like, the thing about taking medication is, you know, when you're on it, it makes you think normal, it makes you think you're okay, and then people get off of it because they think they can live without taking it because their brain tricks them into thinking like they're okay. But really, the only reason you feel like you're okay is because you're on the medication. Now they can do the reality show Love After Lockup, right? Gary become a cop. When did Christina put that on her Twitter, you guys? About 2 weeks ago, maybe? Right. Yeah, about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I definitely feel like, to me, if I had to guess, if I just had to guess, I would think that she went off her medications and probably started using drugs again, some type of drugs. And that is what caused her to go completely crazy. Can I catch the new people up, please? Okay, West Side Nanny. We just read from the Ashley report that Amber actually went crazy. On July 5th, she tried to attack Andrew with a machete. He had to get the baby in the office, and he was holding the door shut with his foot, and she was slashing at the door with a machete. It was all over the fact. Now, if you guys just noticed, this did not say anything about Andrew having recording. So I wonder if those other reports where Andrew said that she got mad because he had a recording, I wonder if there's any truth to that, because I did read that in 2 reports that it was because, wow, we are almost up to 500 people watching. That is awesome, you guys. She definitely probably just lost her child, but that is her fault. Like, you can't have a child and be chasing the child and the dad around with a machete. Like, holy crap! I'm blown away by the fact that she took it this far. Now Andrew is Gary a cop or a corrections officer? We're not really sure. Christina just shared a picture of him being not signed in. What's it called? Sworn in the other day. Candace, thank you so much. Where are all the likes, you guys? Give me a like. No, I'm just kidding. If you feel it in your heart to like this video, like the video. Amber uses everything as an excuse. Andrew told her to find a support group, but she got mad. I remember that. Andrew told her to find a support group, and she got mad at him. She was like, I'm on TV all day talking about it. Why do I want to go find some random people to, talk about my issues with? She did get mad. Thank you. These are my favorite hoops. That is my girl, Candace. She says she hits like before she even starts watching. Hold on, come here, bub. You're gonna shake the camera and it could fall. So, you need to go to bed, okay, babe? It's late.
Mama.
What, baby?
Mama.
I'll try to quiet down, okay, love?
Okay, when I go in the live? When I go in the live?
I'm not gonna stay on 4 hours like I did last time, I promise you. But it's so much fun.
You said that last time.
Don't remind me of what I said. All right, go to bed, buddy. I'll come in there whenever I get done. I love you. I know. I have to use my inside voice. I'm such a loud talker. Kimberly. Good night, Kimberly. I love kids, too. That's why I have so many of them. I don't know if this was being filmed. I haven't heard anyone state that this was being filmed. Do I think MTV will fire her? I don't know, you guys. They honestly need to. They need to fire her. If what she done right there was really what happened, she tried to commit suicide. She chased her son, her baby daddy around with a machete while he was holding the baby. Absolutely, they need to fire her. They should have done it yesterday. I have been pregnant 7 times. I lost 1 child, and I have 6 that are here with me. Right. I'm from Louisiana. Yes, tell your fiance to watch me if she can. I'm like, that's how I am with my husband. Like, I watch the shows, and he will watch them with me. But if he's gone to work, like, I'll, like, spill all the tea to him about what's going on. And then me and him will have, like, full-blown discussions about what's going on, in the episode. Like, we'll be talking, and he'll be like, so, what did Amber do to this? Or how did Andrew react when Amber said this? We have, like, he watches it with me, and really, he probably could care less, but we do talk about it. When she was pregnant with Andrew, she needed her cousin. Yeah, I definitely think MTV should fire her. Yeah, he'll watch anything with me. If we have a night where, like, we're going to watch a movie, he's like, what do you want to watch? Thank you so much, John. My kids are, like, literally my best friends, but of course, I have to be mama sometimes, and sometimes I have to get a little strict with them, but I don't like to yell at them. And my husband is super smart, you guys. Hey, Lindy. Like, my husband is so smart. Sometimes he gives me ideas on how to handle things. Like, if I have people that like attack me, because I do have people that like get rude with me and will attack me, and he'll like help me like come up with like a good response so I don't seem like I'm being just a butthole back to them, but how I can like get my point across. Why is there, you guys, why is there porn on my live stream? How in the heck can I get that taken off? Yes. Okay, here's the ding. Here's the thing, not the ding. Here's the thing. I don't know how to get that taken off, you guys. Thank you, Dixie. I love that name, Dixie. Can we literally get the porn taken off? Come on. Block them. How is that even happening? Like, what is going on? I've never seen someone go live and have like those websites pop up. Can my moderators block those? At least David didn't chase Inslee with a deadly weapon. This is true. Where's my mods at? Yeah, yeah, last time this is the first time I've ever seen that happen. Yes, I remember when Amber tried to fight Farrah. And I'm not one for violence. I'm not. You guys, like, I don't promote violence. Is my hair going crazy over here? Or is that, yep, that it is. I'm not one to promote violence, but, and I did not think that it was okay for them, you know, for Amber to try to fight Farrah. But I do feel like sometimes Farrah needs to be put in her place. Because Farrah will talk so much smack, and then that Simon guy was, like, talking smack about people for no reason, and she defended him. She defended, like, him talking smack about everyone. So, I was kind of like, I wasn't sitting there like, oh, hit her, hit her, hit her. But I was sitting there, like, waiting for it. I was like, she about to get it. Amber's about to give it to her. But then they, like, got in it. Didn't Amber hit Michael? Or she almost hit Michael? Yes. I feel horrible for everyone involved. And I honestly think that Amber needs to be in a mental institution. This is why. I don't think, like, she has all the money, all the resources, some of the best doctors. She has worked with some of the best doctors. Like, she's been on marriage boot camp. She's had, you know, she could have the best doctors money could buy, and I doubt she would still take her medicine. Because we see now that she's not. Like, if she feels like she's okay, she don't take her medicine. If she feels like she's got a good boyfriend, she don't take her medicine. So she needs to be in a place where they're going to make her take her medicine. Yes, marriage boot camp was a disgrace. Amber got into it with David and Corey. I did see that. Farrah, definitely, you guys. Is there anybody on here that agreed with Farrah and the way that she was? Yeah, they should have fired her, honestly. We're going to have to block the those sites that keep popping up. Is anybody clicking on them? Don't click on them. Yeah, she snapped at everyone for no reason. Like, you could just be sitting there and be like, Farrah, do you have a piece of bubble gum? And she would literally bite your head off. I remember that one time her and Simon was on a boat, and Simon, like, said something, and she just attacked him, and she done that all the time. She was always attacking people. Yep. She never, like, paid attention to her daughter. I agree. Then she needs to be court-ordered. Possibly. What do you guys think about Amber pleading insanity? I mean, she's been diagnosed with all these, you know, mental illnesses. She probably could. But I don't think anybody that, you know, pleads mental insanity is going to be getting custody of any child. So if she does that, she may, you know, forever lose the possibility of getting any of her children back in her custody, which I don't think she needs them. Yeah, this is what, yeah. I remember that's what it was. She called Matt like a pedophile. Or Simon said something about Matt looking like a pedophile. No, Amber is not in custody. She was released on a $2,000 cash bond Saturday at 4:30 in the evening. Thank you so much, Moneymaker. Why is bail so cheap? I'm not sure. Considering the fact that she chased him around with a machete, you would think it would be more than that. Yep, CPS is involved, and they asked for continuous because they were actually supposed to go to court Monday. Well, no, it said whoever paid her bond and got her out was not related to her. Thank you, Gabrielle. Do you need ALU? I know someone that had like a $75,000 bond, which the charges was a little bit worse than this. Good night, Joanne. Hide your machete. Amber is out. That is no lie. No lie. Charged with 3 felonies. Possibly one of the other moms. Kate might have went and got her out. Okay, Christina says she's going to claim temporary psychosis due to not taking her meds. That's a possibility. Everyone needs Jesus right now. Why do you need a license to catch a fish, but literally anyone can raise a child? This is true. Yes, Ryan's wife is pregnant. Mackenzie is pregnant with a baby girl due in January 2020. She may not care about keeping custody. You know, we all may be fools to think that she actually cares about getting custody. Oh, I didn't hear that she hit him with a machete, but we just read the Ashley Roundup, the Ashley Reality Roundup, and it had a whole article about how she chased him around the bed and into the office with a machete while he was holding the baby, and how she threw back like a handful of Klonopins, and when he said he was going to call the cops, she like threw them back up. So we read that it was complete chaos, and if I was him, I would have been terrified as well. She chased him around with a machete, he had the baby, and it all started over some fireworks. No, they cannot use footage from the show as any type of evidence. MTV, they fight that. Oh my goodness, you guys, can you imagine how Leah's going to feel, or how she feels after hearing this? Oh, you're welcome, Heather. That is true. Gary is too nice. I tell you what, if this is true, which the Ashley reported it, so I do feel like it's probably true. If I was Gary, I would be going to file for supervised visitations as well. So my daughter, so she could not get her weekends with Leah, which she is fixing to be. If this judge wants to like kind of be tough on her, she could actually be going to jail for like up to 7 years with all the charges that she faces. Good night. All phones need to charge. Good night. She is not patient. I thought it was like crazy that she was complaining about the fact that she had to take care of Andrew during his nose deal. Like, she was like, oh, I got to take care of Andrew and the baby. I've got no sleep. Well, that's what, you know, that's what's going to happen if you become a single parent and you get the kid too. You're not going to have someone else there helping you. And he's a grown man. Like, if you had to bring him something in bed every once in a while, drinking root beer in a coffee mug, yes, I am. I love root beer. My son likes it too. Yeah, she's done this before, and you would think she would have learned her lesson. That was literally the downfall of her last time, which we didn't know she was on drugs back then. But she probably could have been on drugs a lot longer and not been figured out if that whole episode with Gary hadn't happened. Yep. They keep going back to MTV, but yet MTV is their problem. Yeah, it could have been the editing, but I don't think, when they asked Leah if she would babysit, if Amber was like, would you babysit Leah? She was like, I thought she was about to pop out an F-bomb, you guys. Like, F no. Like, seriously. The way it looked when they asked her if she would babysit, she didn't look like she was interested or she wanted to at all. Cheerwine? Babysit crazy or bat? Because I definitely think she's a little bat. Root beer is life. Also, you know what someone just told me? I'm going to read this out loud. Leslie, the more likes your video gets, YouTube will suggest this live to more people. Hit the like button, you guys. Let's see how fast the likes can go up. I'm watching them. I'm at 149. We're stuck at 155. Oh, you guys are doing it. 159. I think you missed my comment. Let me read it. I let you know my 4-year-old girl saw my phone and said about you being beautiful and she loves your Rapunzel hair. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's longer when it's down, but I love my hair. It grows really fast. I have to trim my hair literally like all the time. Who has her son now? From what we gather, Andrew has him. How do I like? There's like a little thumb up button and you hit that. Glad I catch this spilled. We're going to call it, can we call it spilled root beer since we're like drinking root beer instead of tea? Thank you so much. Why can't the courts use MTV? Okay, this is right. Ariana Grande's ponytail. That's true. That's true, right? Never thought of that. Just like, I forgot you could exit the live. Yeah, I guess you have to exit. You have to exit. I'm from Louisiana. I think we're all drinking root beer. Right. She's never really been like, she's never been a good, I mean, I literally hate to down someone. I don't like to kick someone when they're down, and I don't like to be rude, but come on, she's never been like too good of a mom. Thank you guys. Wow. I was like at 140 something when I said that, and now it's up to 203, so thank you guys. I quit drinking soda for like 2 years one time. I was like, am I going to say this? I was going to say like I was like a Coke-aholic. But when I say Coke-aholic, like Coke, the drink, and then I completely quit drinking Cokes, and then I started back, and it's been root beer. But I don't drink them I don't drink them all the time. Let me keep, okay, let's see. Oh, I'm on a completely different video now, you guys. He filed an emergency custody hearing, so that can happen pretty quickly. If you just file a custody hearing, that could take weeks. Root beer floats, awesome. That could take weeks from the way they do it in Louisiana. If you file for custody, it could take weeks. But if you file for an emergency custody hearing, that happens pretty quickly. Yes, there is a no contact order that has been put in place by the judge. The judge put in a no contact order, so they cannot have any type of communications. She cannot see the child, from what I'm understanding, or Andrew, or communicate with them at all. Okay, so someone wants to know why the courts can't use MTV footage. This is why. Now, what I read was that anyone that works for MTV has been given strict, like, rules that if you were ever approached and someone tries to give you like a subpoena for you to come to court, you are not to take it. You are to put your hands in your pocket, and you are to refuse to take it. The only way they can get it to you is if they send it to MTV's lawyers, and MTV is owned like by Viacom, so they have to get it to Viacom's lawyers. Viacom is like a multi-million-dollar company. They get their lawyers and they do whatever they can to get out of any of their employees having to testify or be involved in any type of court hearings, and they do whatever they have to do to keep their film from being edited, not edited, I just read edited, their film from being used as well. They, I've never heard of them using footage from TV in a court case, and I guess, you know, it's because they fight it. Also, some of those things are like, you know, staged, or they like do them over. Like if something happens and the cameras missed it, they will do it again so the cameras can catch it. Is the baby safe? I don't think so. I do not think so at all. After hearing that she chased Andrew around with a machete, she also hit him with a shoe on the right side of his neck while the baby was on his right side as well. So that shoe definitely could have hit the baby. She was chasing Andrew around with a machete while he had the baby, and when they got into the office and he shut the door, she was chopping at the door with a machete. So absolutely not. I don't think the baby's safe at all. But the baby's not with her. There is a no contact order. So could she plead insanity to decrease her sentence? I guess that's always a possibility. I bet Amber's at her house, and I'm not sure where Andrew is. He could possibly be staying in a hotel because he don't know a lot of people from that area. He's from California. But I do feel like he's going to get custody of that baby, and he's going to head off to California. I'm good. How are you? Thank you, Marie. Do I think MTV will fire Amber? They have not spoke out yet, you guys, and I'm waiting for it. I'm like, what are they going to say, and when are they going to say it? Because they need to say something. They got to say something. I think she should be fired. Like, are you guys with me on that? Or no? Do you guys think that Amber should be fired, or do you think she should not be fired from MTV? I definitely think she should. I did hear about him. That is extremely sad. My kids watch him. I watch him. The actor that just passed away, I think he was 20 years old. Cameron, what was his last name? Yeah, I think they're going to have to fire her. I mean, I don't really think it's fair that they... Yeah, Boyce is his last name. And he's awesome. He was an awesome actor. So it's really sad to hear that he passed away. I will be posting this. You know, I don't want to be the one to say, like, no, she would never kill herself. She's just, like, trying to get attention by saying that. If you guys remember, she did say that, you know, back in the day when all this went on with Gary, and Gary had custody of Leah, and she was facing, like, drug court. She was, like, in drug court. Remember you guys when she called Gary and like said that she was going to kill herself, and I think Gary called the police or something. So she said this before, and then she attempted to do it. She threw like the Klonopin in her mouth, and when he said he was going to call the law, she, you know, threw him up. So I don't know if she would, you know, ever actually do that, but I hate to say that she wouldn't, and then something happened, because then I would feel horrible. You know, I don't know if it's something she's doing for attention, or, you know, if it's an actual possibility. But with all of her mental disorders, it probably is a huge possibility that she would. Yes, if I assign you as a mod, you will be one every time we go live, from what I understand. Yes, he died from a seizure in his sleep. if she said anything to the police officers, you know, once Cameron, was his name Cameron? Yeah, I think that's what it was. He was a Disney actor. He played on Jesse, I think it was. He passed away. He was like 20 years old. I think MTV is literally being put like in between a rock and a hard spot. Like they love all this drama. If they was there to capture all this, they would probably be so happy that they captured all this. But then, you know, like the fans are like calling them out on the fact that like they need to get rid of some people. So I feel like they probably really don't want to get rid of these people because they know that it gets them drama and ratings. But then they have so many people, you know, mad about the fact that they're not firing them that they feel like they have to. Yeah, he played on Jesse. Grown Ups 1 and 2. I think he was Adam Sandler's son. Cameron Boyce. He was an actor that played on some Disney shows. Jesse, he played Adam Sandler's son, I believe it was, in Grown Ups 1 and 2. Is that right? Yeah, Adam Sandler. Hey, Shirley. Yes. The morning that he died, my daughter, like, come in my room and was like, did you hear that he died? If Amber gets fired, could she go on unemployment? Possibly. I'm not sure. Yeah, they didn't fire her the first time this happened, you guys, so who's to say that they will now? I really love this channel, but Drunk History is on. So good night. Good night, Linda. I'm going to have to check out this Drunk History. Thank you, Shirley. Do I think they will keep Gary on the show? If they fire Amber, probably not, because they didn't keep the other people on the show. Like when they fired, you know, Janelle, they didn't keep Barbara on. When they didn't keep Nathan on. So if they do fire Amber, I don't think they'll keep Gary on, which probably they should. Yeah, my daughter was pretty sad about it. Yeah, I heard he had a seizure in his sleep as well. Gary's funny, and it's like he don't even know he's funny or attempt to be funny, but he's just so funny. That's what I would like to see, honestly. I would like to see them get rid of Amber, tell her you have to take care of your mental health. We are not going to film you anymore until you know, take care of yourself and you get yourself, you know, safe and healthy as far as her mental health. And let them film Gary and Christina. Wow, really, Serenity? No toothpicks for my eyes. And hey, Kimberly. Good night. Yeah, I would definitely rather see them film Christina and Gary. I don't think they'll cancel the show. They'll probably bring someone else in. I mean, that's what they did with Janelle. They brought Jade in, and we're going to see how that's going to pan out. If they do good with bringing Jade in, I think that's what they'll keep doing. They'll just keep, like, picking up other members. You know who I want to see back on, you guys? I want to see Bar with Ashley and Bar's mom. What's his name? What's her name? Not his name. Like, I don't feel like Amber really does a whole lot. And I hate to be the one to be like, oh, she's always on the couch, because that bothers her. But she is always on the couch. Like, if I was on a reality show and I'm always on the couch, I mean, I guess that's reality. A lot of people do spend their time on the couch, but that's not entertaining, you know. Yes. Jamie Lynn Spears. I've heard that they did consider her at one time. Bar is so rude on Instagram, never with his daughter. Really? Really? I don't follow. There you go. Y'all see my accent really coming out now. I don't follow her. I don't follow Bar. I don't think I do. If I do, I don't really see anything. But I would love, now when they were on whatever that show was, I'm drawing a blank now. When Ashley and Bar and Shen, what was her name? Shenandola or something. Bar was on the show Young and Pregnant. Bar was on Young and Pregnant. I like McKee and Josh. Hey, they have a YouTube channel. Mackenzie and Josh have a YouTube channel, and if it's actually pretty entertaining sometimes. Yeah, Ashley and Bar are not together anymore, and that's really why I would like to watch them again, because you know Ashley and Bar's mom went hard for each other. Like, Bar's mom would go on Instagram and like drag Ashley through the mud, and then they were fighting at Bar's birthday party. So I feel like that's some entertainment there. So if they do decide to fire, you know, Amber, maybe they can pick her up. We'll see. They're a lot. Will this stay up? Yes, I am gonna I'm gonna upload this. I think it automatically uploads. It does, because it did the last 2 times. The actual show is depressing. It's a lot. Good night, you guys. Everyone that's going to bed, good night, you. Good night, you. Good night, and thanks so much for tuning in tonight. Yeah, everyone that's going to bed, good night, you guys. Cheyenne has a love triangle. Yeah. Oh, I've seen the picture of Jade, and she's like sitting up on, good night, Samantha. Jade's like sitting up on her like bathroom counter, and she's like taking a picture, and there's like a line of what looks like white powder behind her. Jade Klein, she was on Young and Pregnant. I wonder if Amber is getting free law advice from her brother Bubby now. Probably. He did say when Gary posted that he was praying for them, Bubby like posted under Gary's comment that he could not wait to talk to her and like tell her what his thoughts were on everything that happened. Do these get demonetized? The only way they really get demonetized, what they do is like if you have like, if it's in your title, like abuse or arrest or anything about drugs or anything that would turn like the advertisers off from it, then they will automatically demonetize it. You can put in for like a request for them to, because like computers, AI actually like, they're the ones that do it, artificial intelligence. But if you feel like your video is suitable for everyone, you can request that they do like a review of it. And once your video hits 1,000 views, they will do a review of it. But I have had some videos that as soon as I put it up, they demonetize it because like the title. So I hurry up and I change the title, and then it'll be monetized. So I don't think they actually go through the video unless someone reports it. Drunk History is hilarious. I'm subscribed to it here on YouTube. I'm going to have to check that out because someone had to get off my live stream to check it out. So I'm going to have to check it out. Must be awesome. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, more awesome than me, right? Think Gary will give Andrew any advice. He could, you know, because he went through this. He needs to give him advice on how he can get that baby. Where, I don't know what Drunk History is, but someone was like, I love your channel, but I got to get off so I can watch Drunk History. So I was just joking that, you know, it must be awesome. Is she really a cokehead? I wouldn't have guessed her for being one. I don't know, because I didn't think that either. Because, you know, her mom has drug issues, her dad has drug issues, and they were both like, so, like, she was so bothered by the fact that they had addiction. I always thought like, oh, she won't be the type of person that does drugs because she has dealt with her parents on drugs. But there was like a whole line of something behind her on that counter that day. And she never spoke up to say, no, it wasn't coke lined up. It was something else. So she never did say. I just asked you if you think Amber is back in her active addiction. I kind of think she is. Like, I kind of think with what we're hearing now and everything, yes, it was lined up. It was a white line. So I think that she probably is back on drugs. I think she hasn't been taking her medication. She's been drinking. And of course, when you're drinking and you have an addiction, like, it's always going to be a fight when you're an addict and you're, you know, recovering addict. Like, it's always going to be a fight every day, like, not to do that drug. And if you're drinking, then you are more inclined to say, like, oh, forget it and do the drug. You're probably even thinking, you know what, I'll just do it this one time and then that'll be it. I'll get back on my medicine and I'll be fine, blah, 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 blah. So the fact that we see her on Teen Mom just being so, you can find it probably on the internet, about Jade. Like, just Google in Jade Klein, you know, drugs on counter. No, that was Jade Klein, not Amber. I did watch Amber and Matt and her mom on Family Boot Camp. I don't know, she deleted it. Yes, she did delete it, but you know how the internet, and nothing is actually gone. You just, like, that shook really bad, so I need y'all. Am I keeping y'all awake? Because I'm not going to last much longer, okay, guys?
I'm lagging. I can't play Fortnite. They kicked me off.
Really? Okay. Ashley just did a report about the Machete and her taking Klonopin. Yes, we read that, Ashley, just a second ago. We read that whole article, and you guys, that was crazy. Thank you so much. Yeah, so that is what they're saying, you guys, is that, oh my God, I don't know. Amber was not like the best Amber on Marriage Boot Camp. Like, she was like screaming at people. She like almost fought Brandy on Marriage Boot Camp. But also, you know, it did make it out like she was the victim a lot too, because after Matt left, she told everyone that he had been very abusive to her. So I don't know if maybe he like seen her and thought like, you know, oh, I can fix her, or it's not that bad if she just had a good guy, or what it is. But she was not that great of a person on Marriage Boot Camp. I do think it's a possibility that, you know, Amber is back doing drugs. When she was put in jail, they actually told like the guards and the people there that they were bringing someone in that was high profile, that was a reality star, and they said that they were going to be putting her in detox because she was going through withdrawals at the time. Now, I don't know if that's withdrawals from medication or if that was withdrawals from her doing drugs. Yeah, Amber was drinking on Marriage Boot Camp as well. Yeah, you guys, remember to like and subscribe. And I understand, like, as an adult, like, you want to let loose and have a good time. But if you're a recovering addict, like, you can't drink. That's just what it is, you know. You're going to have your fun without drinking, because then you can't take your medication. And then, you know, oh, my God, what is going on with all these teen moms? Leslie, can you read from the Ashley report? I actually did earlier. I did read the Ashley report, but if you guys would like, I can read it again for anyone that missed out on that. I'm going to go over really quick about what the Ashley said. Now, the Ashley reported things that I had not heard. I had heard a lot of things, but the Ashley gave like a whole rundown of what happened. Good night. Someone just said they had to get off. I didn't catch the name. Right. Like, if you're a recovering addict, I understand you want to have fun, but you can't drink, you know. Or if you're on any type of medication, like, you just can't drink. You have to be responsible, and that is part of being responsible. Dyeing your hair pink. And a roach crawled across your foot? Holy crap. Where the heck do you even get a machete from? My younger brother gave my husband a machete because he was like into swords, you know, and he gave my husband a machete. We have it put up, but I'm not breaking it out when my husband makes me mad. I'm not chasing him and the kids around with a machete because they're bothering me. Okay, we're gonna read from the Ashley report again, you guys, just for the ones that missed it. And while I'm reading, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Okay, so Teen Mom OG fans just learned that Amber Portwood has been charged with domestic battery as well as domestic battery in front of a child and criminal recklessness committed with a deadly weapon. But Ashley has learned that a shoe was not the only weapon Amber allegedly threatened her boyfriend Andrew Glennon with on the night of July 5th. And what's more, the night was much more terrifying than the original report stated. According to a source close to the criminal investigation who gave the Ashley an exclusive peek at the scary affidavit for probable cause filed on Tuesday in Indiana, the Ashley obtained the full document from her inside source, and she can reveal how the night that ended with Amber going to jail unfolded. Amber and Andrew had intended to take their son to see the 4th of July fireworks at the bridge near their home, but Andrew told police that the roads were crowded, so they were unable to get through traffic to get to the bridge. Mr. Glennon stated that Mrs. Portwood made him feel like he dropped the ball on the plans to see the fireworks because the roads were blocked. Mr. Glennon stated Mrs. Portwood then bashed his character. Andrew said that he dropped Amber off, rode around with baby James for a second so Amber could cool off. When he actually called the traffic helpline and found out that the roads to see the fireworks will reopen in 30 minutes. Andrew returned home and found that Amber had locked the door. She eventually let him into the house, and that's when things allegedly went from bad to downright frightening. Mr. Glennon stated that he got inside the home. Mrs. Portwood grabbed a shoe off the shoe rack and hit him with it. Mr. Glennon stated that he was holding the baby, and he turned to the side to avoid the baby from being hit with the shoe. Mr. Glennon stated that he left the house again with the baby. Can someone get rid of the porn, please? Thank you. While on the road, Andrew said he kept calling Amber to gauge where she was at mentally and to see if she had cooled down. He claimed he drove around with the baby in the car for 3 hours, got her a gift, and bought her some food. When Andrew got back to the house, he stated he went upstairs and Mrs. Portwood was coming at him like she was going to hit him. Mr. Glennon stated that Mrs. Portwood told him to put the baby down. Mr. Glennon stated that the baby was crying and upset and he was not going to put him down. Mr. Glennon became visibly upset and stated Mrs. Portwood had threatened to kill herself. Mr. Glennon stated Mrs. Portwood went into her drawer, took a handful of Klonopin, tossed them back like it was nothing. When Andrew told Amber he was calling for help, he says Amber regurgitated the pills. Unfortunately, that was not the end of the night of terror, according to Andrew's account. Mr. Glennon stated that Mrs. Portwood picked up a machete towards him and the baby. Mr. Glennon stated he locked himself and the baby into the office. It states, Mr. Glennon stated she hit the door with the machete and kicked the door and broke the handle. Mr. Glennon stated that it was when he called for help. It was previously reported that Andrew texted Indiana's 911 system and claimed he feared for his life as well as his son's. Once officers arrived, the affidavit states that the officers had to call for backup because Amber started yelling at the officers. Good night, Ashley. Oh, wait, are you going to bed? I just seen you said good night duty. So whoever's going to bed, good night. Amber and Andrew both reportedly gave their accounts of what happened, and Andrew stated that Amber denied the alleged incidents with the pills and the machete, but admitted to hitting him while he was holding the baby, and that is what she was arrested for. Andrew told the police that Amber had the machete for protection since she is unable to own a firearm because she is a convicted felon. In the account Andrew gave the Indiana detective Linda White on Tuesday, Andrew stated that when he came into the house the first time, Amber began screaming at him, hit him several times, and he wasn't positive if it was open hand or closed fist. Then Amber picked up a sandal with about a 1-inch chunky heel, hit him in the shoulder, causing him pain, redness, and a light abrasion. He told the detective about the machete as well. She keeps a machete under her bed. Amber picked up the machete, gave Andrew a look as they were moving around the bed. He took the baby into the office, closed the door, put his foot on it to hold it closed. Andrew said Amber kicked the door in, allowing the top to pop open from the kick, but his foot was still at the bottom. Amber then used the machete and began using it to put slashes in the door. Amber was arrested that morning, booked in Marion County Jail, where she stayed until the next afternoon. She was bailed out by a non-related female. The Ashley previously reported Andrew filed for full custody of their son James on Tuesday. The Ashley sources tell her Amber is in big trouble. She has 3 felony charges from this incident already, and it's likely it's not over yet. So that is what the Ashley is reporting, you guys. Yeah, so that's a lot. Good night, Amy. I couldn't imagine. I mean, he said he was really, really like scared that for his life and for his son's life. All right, so let's get back on here. Twitter saying, he was praying for. Yes, I froze too, you guys. Attack someone at the drop of a hat. She threatens to beat people up. Like, that girl does not need no machete. I guess I'm frozen again because I was abusive and I refuse to talk to him now. So yeah, very much a possibility. That is something that these people, do they not think about that? Like, if I'm abusive to anyone around my children, I'm going to scare them. They may not want anything to do with it. Off to California, be too far off, first off. And if she does, and if she is able to visit him, I would imagine Andrew's going to make sure it's like a supervised visitation. So she's just like complete. Internet is messing up. I'll be right back, guys. To make sure my son was. Good night, everyone that is about to go to bed. Thank you so much for joining. Make sure everybody's got their devices off. Anything, but you guys, I'm so sorry. I'm watching phone and I'm frozen too, and it's like stressing me out. yeah, thank you for hanging out with me tonight, and I will see you on the next one. Goodbye, guys.